Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Um, this is the continuation of our pen testing um, series. Now, as I said, I was going to continue with the web scanners. This video will contain NICTO and WP scan because it has taken a bit longer than I expected. So moving on, we're going to start with NICTO. So NICTO is a vulnerability scanning tool. Right? It's an open source web server scanner which performs comprehensive tests against web servers for multiple items, including over 6,700 potentially dangerous files programs. Checks for outdated versions of over 1,250 servers and version-specific problems on over 270 servers. It also checks for server configuration items such as the presence of multiple index files, HTTP server options, and will attempt to identify installed web servers and software. Scan items and plugins are frequently updated and can be automatically updated. So this is an example of how you would use NICTO. NICTO. That of course you don't have to install it in Kali Linux because it's already installed. So this is what you would type NICTO.h. Okay, HTTP. Anyways, I have some. So this is like .h is the host. Okay, and the -p is the port. Here also the the out file would be its name results, and the f it's like the format, so it's a txt. So results.txt file. This is the file, the name of the file that you would give it. So that's how you would do a vulnerability scan. Okay. Now, if you do NICTO-H, you will get the options required, right, for the different commands that when you type, so NICTO-help, right? NICTO space -help. Okay, it's not one word. NICTO space -list plugins. Anyways, you get the idea, okay? And this is telling you, what it does, okay? Now, moving on. Again, still more information about the different options that you have to use NICTO. A sample website that I found that you can do a test on is this one right here, test.php.vulnweb.com, and I can show you here before I continue, so I can give you the example. I went ahead and started doing some testing on my own because well, first of all, when I did the follow the at some sites some tutorials, they tell you to type -p, okay, NICTO, right, the host, right, and the vulnerable page website that I found, okay, that you can use to test NICTO is this one. And I typed -p for port space 80, right? So it gave me an error, as you can see here. And then I said, there's something that I must be doing wrong. And then I did it again, and it gave me the error. Okay, this is good because when you're having a problem, it's always good to have issues when you're doing some type of scan. And then I said, you know what? Maybe if I do try it, instead of trying -p, I did -port, and voila, that gave me my answers. See? Okay. So at one point it was taking too long, so I stopped the scan, and then I moved on, and then I said, okay, you know what? Let me try to see if by removing the HTTP, you know, just type test php.vulnweb.com and the port, and I said, okay, I want what the output file is, its results. The format is text, right? So right here, I had the answers. It was targeting the IP, told me the web, the port, okay, and it gives me all the information. See, it does give you good information though, because it tells you contains, for example, this one, the X cross-site scripting. If you don't know what that is, protection header is not defined. This header can hint to the user agent to protect against some forms of cross-site scripting. So right away, it's giving you hints what could be vulnerable. So, you know, that way you can take that into your report. By the way, you know, I'm still using Cherry Tree. As you can see, I have documented my steps, okay, because it is important for you to document, because you know, let's say if you're doing a real penetration testing for a company, you have to keep track of everything. Oh, by the way, my disclosure, this is not this is made for educational purposes only, not to be tried on any company or any website to deface them or destroy them. This is only to teach you how to do ethical hacking. Okay, so everything that you do have to be with permissions, legal documents, signatures, get out of jail card, yada yada yada. Okay, so just so you know. Okay, so then I kept going, right, and I could see that my results file was created. So I wanted to see, and it showed me the open ports on that website. See, it's right here. Okay, well, I did a mass scan on the site, and I could see that the ports that it had open. Also, I did another scan with Nikto, right? Okay, and then it says no service, no web server found on that IP address, which is one of my computers, and it wasn't really working at all, you know. So I said, okay, fine, let's keep moving. So I did again another test. Now I call it test, right? And again, just wanted to make sure that I was getting the right information, right? Nginx, that's what it's doing, is the version of that Nginx. And here you can read it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I mean, you have to learn how to, you know, take everything with a grain of salt and be able to find the things that you think might be good for your penetration testing, right? And I kept going just to see what else I had in my documentation, my scanning. I did try at one point to scan another one. I believe this one was my Windows server that I was trying to find what it had. I could only find open port 80, which it's okay because I know I had it open. And I could see other things. Click jacking, X-frame options header is not present. You see? That's another given right there. You know, so you have to start reading everything that you see, that you find, and document. Okay? So let's see, I wanted to see if I could do more. I mean, these are the results that I got from my Nikto test. No web server found, target host, the IP, target port 80. So let's see. The header is not defined. The header, this could allow the user, look at that, get the X content type options header is not set. This could allow a user agent to render the content of the site in a different fashion to the MIME type. So this is something that we can look up and see what exactly is it saying to us. So it is up to you to go to, let's say, Google it. Not everybody knows everything. So Google is your friend. Try to find out what exactly does that mean. All right. And then you can use it against that site or server, depending on what you're doing. Right. Okay. Again, here I'm trying to do another scan on this site. And let's see, I think I'm finding the same thing, because of what I'm trying to do is trying to make sure that I get the right information. I mean, sometimes you can run it once, twice, 3 times just to be sure. You never know. So it's better to be safe than sorry. At least you're trying. Now this one, 192.168, I have a meta exploitable. Oops, what happened is not coming back. Oh yeah, there you go. This is my Metasploitable. If you don't know what it is, look it up. Metasploitable. Okay. This one is supposed to have many vulnerabilities so that you can test with different tools. Now I wanted to see what would happen if I did that, and it looked like you found target port 80, like I was targeting it. And look at all the feedback that I had, that I got. A lot of things here, So this one, PHP reveals potentially sensitive information via certain HTTP requests that contain specific queries. String. So here we go. This is something that you can find out. Google that again if you don't know what it means, so that we can start attacking that machine. Server may leak inodes via e-tags, headers found with file php admin changelog. Okay, look at all that. So all that, it has a meaning for us now. Now we have found many vulnerabilities on this. Let's say this was another computer, another target, another server, another site, etc. We have the information. Again, document whatever you found, right? It is important to always document. All right, so this is the lab part that I was telling you about. See, I wrote this because I got the error message that I was telling you about, and then as soon as I changed from P, it was 1 because P was not working, so I changed to port. Excuse me. And the other one, I removed http:// and I just left the rest. And that helped. So, just so you know, so you can pay attention when you're doing your vulnerability. Now, there's another one called Webscan. This one is for WordPress. Unfortunately, I don't have a WordPress site that I can test it on. But see, Webscan is a popular open source tool used for scanning WordPress websites for vulnerabilities. I tried to search to see if I could find one, but I couldn't. There wasn't one. Unless you guys know of one, then we can probably do a live on that. So as long as you have Ruby installed on your system, you should be able to use it. But if you have Kali Linux installed, already up and running, you don't have to. It works right out of the gate. So this is just to show you what it does, how to install it, yada yada yada. Okay, and this is how you would run it. HTTP, IP address, the port, right? And dash enumerate. This is vulnerability plugins, BT vulnerability templates. Okay. Now I wanted to show you. Let's see if I can bring it up. Also, oops, no, not that one. This one. Okay, I wanted to show you here the way that it works. See, if you type Webscan with the URL dash URL, let's say this one was supposed to be working if I had WordPress install, I mean a website, and I do dash dash enumerate, like I said, uh, for VP and VT, which is right here. Where was it? Here. Vulnerable plugins and vulnerable templates. Okay, so that's the way that you will run it, and you will see this open up. So that means you don't have to install it because right away it's going to work. So it's updating the database, update completed, yada yada. Now this one didn't work because I don't have a WordPress website. I mean, I did try again, but it didn't work. So I wish I could have, if I had a one that could work, yeah, but I don't have a WordPress website at all. But anyways, this is just to show you. And if you want to look at the help, is wpscan dash dash space dash dash help. And that'll give you all the options, see, right here. Like for example, we were talking about VP, vulnerable plugins, VT, vulnerable themes, see, AP, all plugins, P, popular plugins, VT, AT, all themes. So, right here you can find all the information that you can, regarding WP Scan. And at the same time, you can always look for more examples on any given site. Just Google it, it's just that easy. But anyway, this is just to give an idea of what the tool is being used for. Also, I think I didn't, I don't know if I mentioned, but I have, let me see if I can turn this off or off. This other one, it's called Parrot. Okay, this is another one OS that is used for penetration testing. See, Parrot Security. This one also has vulnerability testing, penetration testing, Wi-Fi testing, you name it. It's like Kali Linux. Also, it has many tools that you can also use with it. And by the way, now there's another new version of Kali, which is called Kali Purple. If I was you, I would go take a look and see what it does, how it works. And this is the end of these two tools that can be used for web scanning. I have two more, which is the Dir Buster and the Dir B, I think. I will go ahead and prepare my video for that one, and until next time, thank you and enjoy.